I'm sure some of you guys heard of a YouTube channel, Westman5000. It's a channel where Wesley himself, or other characters on the channel, i.e. Mario, Luigi, Godzilla, Peppino, The Undertaker, and so forth, do reaction videos, gameplay videos, or do meme videos, creepypasta readings, list videos, vlogs, etc. But there was one video that made me watch some of Wes's content: how Chase and Robocop became a duo. For those who haven't heard of it, Head Zombie is convicted of living treason against Oscar the Grouch and had a battle against Chase. He was about to finish Chase off, but Robocop came in and saved the German Shepherd and arrested Head Zombie. They both encountered each other, and they both agreed to become a duo. Now, the video itself may be cheesy, but the idea of having both Chase and Robocop as a duo was a good idea on paper. I mean, not only are they police officers, but they also have tragic backstories in their movies. In the Paw Patrol the movie, when Chase was a young pup, he was abandoned by his original owners in Adventure City, but was found and adopted by Ryder. And in the first RoboCop movie, not that stupid reboot in 2014, Alex Murphy was executed by Clarence and his gang, but was brought back as RoboCop by Bob Morton and a few scientists. But what if I told you there was a different version of a video? One day, I got back from middle school, finished my homework, and got on my computer and was on YouTube watching an episode of The Angry Video Game Nerd as it reviews Action 52. But halfway through the video, I got a notification from Westman5000, and it's a video called Something You Need to See. Curious, I clicked on the video and it shows Wesley wearing a black t-shirt with two swords and a shield that says, "Let's not bicker and argue of who killed who." Judging by the quote, the shirt he was wearing is from the movie Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Kinda pretty cool, I must say. And the screen view of the video was kinda different. As we can also see, Wes's desk, his keyboard, his mouse, his desk mat, part of his headphones, and I guess on his headphones is supposed to be a charger or something, I don't know. I guess it kinda makes sense since he got a new phone. But anyways, Wesley explains that he made an alternate version of how Chase and Robocop became a duo, before the one we see on his channel featuring Oscar and Head Zombie. He also explains why he didn't upload the alternate video on YouTube. It was because it was too violent and too graphic and too emotional. And he also tells us that the way to watch the video is a MediaFire download link in the video description, and says what we'll see is a folder containing a thumbnail of the video and the video itself. I was actually interested in watching this alternate video, so I clicked on the link which led me to MediaFire and downloaded the folder. Before watching the video, I took a look at the thumbnail. The text was in blue and white, with a gray background with flames and a crack in the middle. And it shows an unconscious Chase on the ground with bruises, scratches, a glass, and a black eye, and his suit having cracks. There's also a hand in the right corner with a puddle of blood and a shadow of Robocop. Was there a terrorist attack that occurred, or a giant monster that's destroying the city? I thought. After that, I got right into the video. The video begins with Chase and Ryder at the fair with cotton candy and stuffed animals that they won at ring throwing and duck shooting games. Seems innocent enough. "Wow, Ryder, I'm having so much fun here. Thanks for bringing me," said Chase. "You're welcome, Chase. What do you want to do next?" asked Ryder. Chase ponders for a minute before answering. "How about we go on the Ferris wheel?" Ryder agrees, and thus they walk to the wheel. But just before they could get a line, there was a mind-boggling roar followed by the ground shaking. Now coming from the ground below comes a monster from the Ultraman movie series called Gamora. Alongside both Vader from WWE and the Green Goblin, the three of them started destroying the fair as people were afraid and running, trying to get away from the three beings. Both Chase and Ryder were shocked as to what was happening. Jason says, "Oh my god! This is disastrous! Why is this happening? Where did Gamora, Vader, and Green Goblin come from?" "I don't know, Chase. We need to stop these monsters before anything else happens in the fair. You take on Gamora, I'll try to take on Vader and Green Goblin," said Ryder. Jason says one of his usual catchphrases, "Chase is on the case," as he transforms into his mighty pup form and tries to get high ground. It then cuts to the police station as we see RoboCop hanging out with Chief Wiggum, Officer Earl, and Joe Swanson as they were drinking some coffee and eating donuts. Then the phone rings. "I'll get it," said Chief Wiggum. He picks up the phone and it was a worker at the fair in a panic. "I need your help! There's a giant monster with a horn and a boomerang-like head, along with a guy in a red mask and a green goblin, causing mayhem and distraction in the fair!" yelled the worker. "Sir, calm down. Tell us what's the name of a fair and we'll be on our way," said Chief Wiggum. "It's the Rockwell Fair! Just come in here! Hurry! I need officers! I need firefighters! I need ambulances! I need everything!" Before he could finish, there was a big crash going on, followed by the man screaming and the green goblin's laughing before the line cut. "Hello? Sir? Are you there?" questioned Chief Wiggum. He sighs, drops the phone, and turns to RoboCop, Earl, and Joe, and says, "We need to get to the Rockwell Fair. Get the rest of the officers as well as the firefighters and medical assistants." They agreed as they went off. Meanwhile, a fire has broken out in the fair, possibly from faulty wiring or from the ovens in one of the concession stands. As Chase tries as best as he could to get Gamora on his knees, while a bruised Ryder uses a steel pipe and a hammer from that High Striker game, I don't know. While Green Goblin dodges most of Ryder's attacks, Vader has been getting a lot of hits from either the metal pipe or hammer. But Ryder was now behind a brick wall, and this is where things started to become haywire. Ryder tried to hit Vader with the hammer, but he grabs it out of the kid's grip. He tried to regain control of the weapon while dropping the metal pipe, but Vader had a strong grip and hits Ryder in his stomach as he falls down to the ground. Green Goblin grabs a hold of Ryder's leg before he could get up, as Vader climbs up to the wall and drops onto Ryder's leg and breaks it, as Ryder screams in pain and agony. "Ryder!" Before getting tail swatted by Gamora, Green Goblin catches Chase and scratches and punches him in the eye. He then throws Chase into the ring costume, crashing through a lot of glass bottles, causing him to turn back into his normal form. Vader then walks to the carnival game in ruins, and as he grabs Chase and puts him with his owner. Both of them looked in horror. They were now outnumbered by the three villains. And then, it happened. It all happened so fast that I almost fell right off my seat. The Green Goblin said, "Bon voyage, you two!" as he throws a pumpkin bomb at the two, as he, along with Vader and Gamora, ran off. Ryder and Chase seize the bomb as Ryder yells, "Get back!" as he throws Chase out of the way before the bomb explodes. "Oh my God," I muttered. I got no words as to what I've just seen. I felt really scared for both Chase and Ryder right now because of what just happened. I wanted to scream at the moment when the explosion caught up to Ryder and impacting the brick wall, but I was afraid that my parents might hear me. All I could do now was watch. Before that, I took a break from the video by having a Hershey's chocolate bar as a snack, then continuing the video. I felt mind-boggled about what the monster, along with the heavyweight masked wrestler and that bastard Spider-Man villain, was going to do next to poor Chase. But thankfully, in Chase's POV, as we could see his eyes opening, followed by an ear-ringing tone, we could see the officers like Chief Wiggum, Officer Joe Swanson, Chase from Transformers, Officer Earl, and the big boss man fighting Vader and Green Goblin. The camera then cuts to the firefighters putting out the fire while they, along with the paramedics, were finding survivors. Some were either attacked by animals in a circus, set on fire, fell off the high sights, or attacked by Gamora or Green Goblin, or maybe Vader. While Ultraman was fighting Gamora, RoboCop and the other officers get the other citizens to safety. RoboCop spotted something as he goes to check it out, and he finds an unconscious Chase on the ground. "Holy crap," said RoboCop. Marshall, along with Fireman Sam, runs to where RoboCop was standing as he tried to find more survivors. And they both entered into a state of shock when they discovered as to not only what happened to Marshall's best friend Chase, but also to his owner Ryder, who was trapped in the rubble. "Get them to an ambulance!" yelled Marshall. Robocop and Fireman Sam acknowledged the request as Zay, with the medic from Team Fortress 2, gets Chase and Ryder into one of the ambulances, while the officers arrest Vader and the Green Goblin, as well as Ultraman defeating Gamora. We then see a black background as the text fades in with Wesley's French narrator voice impression saying, 4 hours later. The camera then cuts to the inside of a hospital with Chase waking up, now with bandages and band-aids, but his hat and suit are still damaged. "Oh, my head," groaned Chase.
"Oh, good, Chase. You're finally awake,"
said Robocop. "Wait, aren't you that cybernetic officer named Robocop? And how do you know me?" Robocop stood up off the seat and walked towards the German Shepherd before answering.
"Yes, I am Robocop, the one that's programmed with 3 prime directives: serve the public trust, protect the innocent, and uphold the law. And yes, I have heard about you, Chase. You do like a lot of missions with the other pups along with Ryder, and I'm really impressed with what you do."
Chase says, "Well, thanks. I really do appreciate the compliment." Jason says, "You and I are so different. And, we're both officers. We do great police work. And we both have this act of bravery inside us." Robocop takes a moment, but before he could reply, Meg from TF2 arrives, but with a rather somber look on his face. He then spoke. "Chase, you have some visitors that would like to see you." "Let them come in, please," Chase said. Medic opens the door to reveal the big boss man, Joe Swanson, Chief Wiggum, Fireman Sam, and a rather devastated Marshall. They then walked over to Chase in his bed. "Marshall! Oh boy, am I glad to see you," said Chase. But Marshall didn't answer. Jason started to feel uneasy as he said, "Marshall? What's wrong? Where's Ryder? Is he okay?" asked Chase. Marshall then started to break down into tears and began crying onto Chase's bed covers while Sam comforts him. "Wait, what's going on? What happened to Ryder? I need to know!" demanded Chase. Robocop took a moment before breaking the news.
"I'm very sorry, Chase, but I'm afraid Ryder has died. The doctors have tried everything they could to fix Ryder, but I'm afraid the 2 criminals got the best of him."
And Chase was shocked as to what Robocop told him. "What?" Chase yelled. No! This has got to be a joke. Someone's pulling on my paw. This can't be true. It can't be," said Chase, as a tear started to form in him. "I'm sorry, Chase, but I'm afraid Robocop is right. Ryder has been, unfortunately, deceased," said Medic. No, please! He can't be gone! This can't be!" yelled Chase. Finally, he too broke down crying as Robocop comforted the poor police dog. "This was just really heartbreaking. I felt like I was going to cry because I grew up watching Paw Patrol. And just the thought of Ryder, the kid that truly cares for his pups passing away, is just really sad." Bossman, Joe, and Widgeum looked at both Marshall and Chase as the 3 of them felt sorry for the poor pups.
"God, this world can be just so cruel these days. I just wish things just didn't have to be this way,"
said Joe. "Yeah, I know, Swanson," replied Chief Wiggum.
"But that's just how life works at times. We may not like how we lose a loved one, but we just need to let people go. And that's just how things have got to change in our lives," said the big boss man. The 3 of the officers then have a moment of silence as the screen fades out. Then we see another time card with Wes's French narrator impression, but in tears as if Wesley was really crying. Sweet days later.
We see both Chase and Robocop visiting Ryder's grave under a rainy weather. The scene was quiet aside from the rain. Then Chase breaks the silence. I just can't believe that Ryder's gone. My own owner that adopted me when I was abandoned at Adventure City just managed to sacrifice his own life to save me. I just wish he was still around to see me just one last time, said Chase.
I know, bud. I know. I just feel so awful about what happened to your owner. Ryder was a great kid and a great owner to you and the other pups. He may be gone, but he will never be forgotten by those around him,
said Robocop. The robotic officer took a moment before telling Chase.
Hey, you know something, Chase?
Asked Robocop. What? Replied Chase.
One of the officers told me Ryder's last words were before dying,
said Robocop. What were they? Questioned Chase. Robocop felt uneasy. He wasn't sure how Chase was going to react when he would not only be offered as a member of the law enforcement, but also as a duo with Robocop.
Ryder said, "Tell Robocop," I said, "take care of Chase for me. I don't know if you're going to be feeling up to it, but how would you like to be in a duel with me? I'm sure the other officers wouldn't mind having a police dog like you in the team."
This was a question that stunned Chase. Now it was his turn to have a moment. He didn't know what to do. Flashbacks started popping up, from Ryder fighting the young Chase in Adventure City in the Paw Patrol movie, to moments from the show where they, along with Marshall, Rocky, Zuma, Rubble, and Sky, and sometimes other pups like Everest or Tracker, doing missions on Adventure Bay, and to that shocking moment where Ryder throws Chase out of a way before Green Goblin's pumpkin bomb exploded on the poor kid. Chase wanted to say no, but he knew deep down inside of him that Ryder would have wanted him and the other pups to have a brighter future. Finally, Chase answered. Sure, Robocop. I would love to. Robocop smirked.
Then it's settled.
Robocop then kneels down and puts his hand on Chase's head.
Welcome to the team, little buddy.
Jason leaped onto Robocop as they both shared a hug. As the camera was moving to the rainy clouds, the screen fades out once again. But as the screen fades out, the video itself gets even sadder when this pops up. In loving memory of Charles E. Baston, October 14th, 1962 to March 21st, 2023. As the video finally ends. I feel like I knew Charles Baston from somewhere before. He was the same director that directed Paw Patrol, Mike the Knight, Little Bear, and other shows. And not only that, but the fact that he had died from cancer, it was just shocking to say the least. But for the video itself, I felt really devastated after watching it. Mainly from Ryder sacrificing his own life saving Chase, and the poor pup discovering the news about Ryder's tragic passing. But on the other hand, I felt pretty heartwarmed when Chase and Robocop became a duo while visiting Ryder's grave. And especially the beginning of a video where Chase and Ryder are going to the fair and having a good time. It just goes to show how much Ryder deeply cares about his pups, not just during the missions, but inside and outside the base. Overall, I gotta say, I enjoyed this video, and I much rather prefer this one rather than the one that's still on Westman 5000's channel. I decided to keep the file and treasure it for years to come. I went back onto YouTube and to Westman's Something You Need to See video to see if anyone else saw the video. And there were comments on the video, and a lot of them were from West's online friends, i.e. Craig Mario Fan, David Vlado, the A-Main, the Red Muffet, Bonnie's Cutie, the Bunny Girl Studios, Sir Jawbone, Luigio12, Jalen the Goat 104, Super Plush Productions, etc. And most of them were either sad, heartwarmed, shocked, or have enjoyed it, and I don't blame them. But to this day, The video that he told us about the alternate video of Robocop and Chase becoming a police duo was unlisted, and I still watch Wes's videos on YouTube. But only one question popped into my head about the video. Who sent out Gamora, Vader, and the Green Goblin? Was it Dr. Zomboss? Or was it a mysterious villain that we haven't seen? I guess we may never know. And probably that's for the best.